You know, it's springtime here in wild and wonderful West Virginia. I look forward to it every year. This year, it has a little special touch to it. I get to take my oldest daughter, Laken, with me. You know, Laken's never spring gobbler turkey hunted. So we're going down to do a little cast and blast.
Ooh, and he might not even fit in my net. Holy cow.
We get to hang out with JW, who we fished with, who's quite a character down at Glade Springs, and then Captain Brogan from the West Virginia Department of Natural Resources is going to take us out and hopefully put us on a couple birds. Stick around.
Traveling the world, fishing, enjoying the great outdoors. Those are things that would have seemed impossible to me when I was a kid growing up in the mountains of West Virginia. I'm a lucky man, and I never want to forget it, and I'm hoping that sharing my experiences with folks will inspire them to do the same. I'm Curtis Fleming, and these are my Fly Rod Chronicles.
We're going to Daniels, West Virginia, Glade Springs. I know you can see the smile on my face because we've been there before. We've got to meet the cast of characters. You know, JW, he's hanging out with us. He's gonna locate the fish and tell us what they're hitting on, and he's got the flies waiting on us. We're gonna hook up with Captain Brogan, who he's got the turkeys located. So, you know, the script's written. Beautiful drive down through the mountains of West Virginia, Glade Springs, incredible place, not only to take a family, but to take some friends. You know, the guys can go fishing, the girls can go over to bunkers and hang out. Got incredible food and fish. So that's what we like about it. Back down here at Glade Springs, checking on their program. Caught some pretty good brook trout in this lower section. So we're gonna strip some woolly boogers, start out, kind of fill it out a little bit. I'm gonna let you strip this peach woolly booger that's got, a good friend of mine, Keith Beavers, would tie those.
Okay.
I'm gonna tie the knot because I think you're gonna try to see if you can catch a big one.
All right.
And then you can follow me from there.
Sounds
okay?
good. You know, this was the first time I actually got a chance to fish Glade Creek. And a lot of the time, Dad exaggerates about how good the fishing is, but this time he may be right. This place is a brook trout paradise.
There you go, let it drop all the way, rod tip down. There you go, fish at it, girl. There you go.
Well, that happened fast.
First cast. You didn't play around on that one, did you?
No.
You got a brookie.
Yeah.
A beautiful brook trout. Nice.
Heck
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
That's a brookie. Show him off. Good fish.
Beautiful, yeah.
There you go.
Glade Creek has an amazing fishery. You just can't beat the setting. All the big waterfalls and the boulders, they're almost as gorgeous as the fish that live in this tiny mountain creek. That's awesome.
Good job. Look at these brookies. Nice. That's
wow.
Nice. Glade Creek, it's on fire. We were throwing streamers when we got down there, which is a testament to how many bait fish is in the water. You know, this is a father-daughter springtime cast and blast trip. You know, to be a good turkey hunter, you should go roost those turkeys. You should go out there and find out where them turkeys are spending the night. But we couldn't leave the river.
Heck yeah.
Oh, it's a big one too.
It was magic hour. We couldn't stop fishing. Tomorrow being the first morning of West Virginia spring gobbler turkey season, we had to rely on our good buddy and the best turkey hunter that I know, and that's Captain Woody Brogan with the West Virginia Department of Natural Resources, to put one of these turkeys in our laps. Stick around for more Fly Rod Chronicles. When we come back, Laken goes on her first spring gobbler hunt in Summers County, West Virginia.
Can't get enough of Fly Rod Chronicles? Check us out online. This segment is brought to you by Fly Rod Chronicles Signature Rods.
So you got to keep in mind, we got 2 camera staff, we got a proud dad, we got a daughter, and we got Captain Brogan. That's a lot of moving parts when it comes to turkey hunting. So all at once, Tyson's like, I see him. He's coming. He's coming on the move, baby doll. Yeah. Oh, there you go. How pretty is that? Raise up, break, whoa, whoa, whoa. Shoot him. You know, when she pulled the trigger and took that big bird down, the celebration, the jubilation of father, daughter, friends, DNR captain, you know, it was a celebration of that turkey's life. You know, she just took a beautiful trophy. That walk to the turkey, you know, it's only a 30-yard walk, but it seemed like 300 yards. It seemed like it's in slow motion as you're trying to get to that thing. And then when you get there and you kneel down and you see what the Eastern turkey is all about, and what the National Wildlife Turkey Federation has done to make sure that we've got good birds all over the United States. It's a feeling of all the hard work that our ancestors, the dues that they paid. And then you look at that bird and you say, where's these collars come from? You don't get them in a box of Sharpies or a box of crayons. I mean, this is God's paintbrush, painting each feather that glows in the sun. It's spiritual. I mean, as a father, it's something that you never forget. We also didn't forget that the fish were feeding on big old dry flies down in the creek, so we were headed to Glade Creek after that.
That's a big brook trout, man.
Yes, it is. Holy cow, right here in our backyard. Closed captioning brought to you by Soft Science. Supreme Comfort Footwear.
You know, I always relish the time that I can take my daughters out in the great outdoors. I just think there's so much that you can learn, and they can learn from nature.
If you want to see that perfectly round fan, and that means he's an old, mature bird, and that's the bird you want to take.
That was your first indication that this was a pretty good bird.
That and his beard dragging the ground was a very good indication.
This trip was very special. It was Laken's first spring gobbler hunt, and also her first chance to fish Glade Creek.
Glade Springs Resort is literally one of my favorite places to fish now. I've really got to experience the hunting and fishing opportunities it has to offer. You know, maybe on the next trip I can bring Audie and we can hit the pool or the spa.
So Laken gets her bird, we go out and catch fish. Now it's Dad's time to go hunting with Captain Brody. Same plan, different place. Captain Brogan knew where there might be a couple turkeys. This time, he has a little bit of a different plan. He hikes us all over Summers County, Raleigh County. You know, West Virginia has 55 counties. I think we hit like 58 of them. I mean, we were all over the place. But we got on birds right off the bat, and that's exciting. Problem was, these toms already had girlfriends. We had to wait this out. During the time, we didn't just go take naps. Well, I took just a small nap. We went and looked for other birds, but we got up above where Captain Brogan thought that when these birds leave the hens, that they can come up to this field and strut. So that's when he started making some calls, and although it seemed like it took a long time, Captain Brogan said, "They're coming."
I'm on him now. Not real good though. I mean, he's got some stuff behind him.
As soon as Jarod said, "The big one's in the front," I had to take the shot.
What do you think, man?
It was a cool hunt. Again, Captain Brogan, 2 for 2, 3 for 3 if you count last year. You got to come to our state here in West Virginia, not only for our fishing, but we got some incredible turkey hunting as well.
It's Westerville Ecological Services, time for conservation.
These things have been around for a long time, the green ones, and they still require them to be field tagged.
Yeah.
Yep.
We will take all this information, Laken, and the biologist here in West Virginia will use that information in determining how our turkey population is coming along, and they'll determine whether we'll have a fall season or not. Here in Summers County, there's actually a fall season, and the reason there's a fall season is because of the amount of spring turkeys that are taken. A lot of the counties throughout the state don't have fall season.
So we got a gobbler survey in the mail. Is that the same thing? I mean, are they?
That's a program that's run by our wildlife division.
Yeah.
And they depend on sportsmen out here to give us information and feedback of what they're seeing and what they're hearing. Mm-hmm. We do that with the DNR for grouse drumming surveys, gobbler surveys,
right.
And we even got into some of the small game stuff we have people doing.
Yeah.
It could be anything from postal carriers to just the sportsmen out here.
Yeah. So I went straight to my phone and I called this bird in and checked it in rather than trying to find a store or a check-in place. And that's something new that West Virginia initiated a few years back, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
And it's real heavy-ended on the front end, and it's been different for a lot of the sportsmen to learn our electronic game checking system.
Yeah.
But it's, to me, it's very convenient for
Right.
the sportsman, and
Yeah.
it's quick, and I think we're going to get more accurate data
I
from
think
the
so, too.
sportsman.
Yeah.
Can't get enough of Fly Rod Chronicles? Check us out online.
I've gotta get there one way or another. I'm a fish fishing bound.
To be there on Laken's first spring gobbler hunt and it being a successful hunt and her bagging a really, really nice bird, I just can't tell you what it means to me. It's just absolutely amazing. And then to top it off, we go brook trout fishing and she maybe, it's pending, it's heading to the IGFA. She may have broke a new brook trout IGFA world record on a 2-pound line class.
Woo, and he might not even fit in my net. Holy cow. Just about takes up the whole thing.
What do you think?
That's freaking awesome.
Look at that.
Brook trout. Woo.
Look at this guy.
Breaking an IGFA world record for our state fish here in West Virginia, basically in our backyard, that was an incredible feeling.
That's a big brook trout, baby.
Yes, it is. Holy cow, right here in our backyard.
Right there.
Being raised by my dad, I was always taught how to take care of the fish, to be conservation friendly, and to make sure that I really keep this fish alive. So that way, the next angler can enjoy it just as much as I did.
You know, this is a father-daughter trip, and I planned on coaching Laken in the woods and showing her these technical waters that Glade Creek offers. In Laken, she actually showed me some things. She killed an incredible spring gobbler tom, maybe one of the oldest birds that any of our family has ever taken. And I can't tell you how memorable that hunt was. That will be etched in my mind forever. And to top it off, she catches a pending IGFA brook trout, which is West Virginia's state fish. I'm proud of her. It feels good as a father.
You caught a really good fish last night, big brook trout.
We did, but we can do better.
Talking like a West Virginia brook trout that's this big, and you think there's a bigger one in there.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in West Virginia.
You guys, you and JW, everybody, you claim that you saw it. I can't say I physically saw it, but I'm gonna take your word for it. And what I think we should do is just sneak down there, let me fish it for about 15, 20 minutes, and then,
Can I have my fly rod?
wait a minute, and then you can come in, and I'll just kind of warm it up for you.
No.
Although I love my daughter, I couldn't let her outschool me on my home waters. So I had to go out and catch me a brook trout too. We didn't put the tape measure on it, but I think mine was about that much bigger.
You know what? You fish all your life for fish like this. I've even went to Labrador and here right here in our own state in West Virginia, Glade Springs. Oh, that's it there. Look at that. Look at that. Definitely want this guy to go back unharmed.
Dad, where you been?
Hey, look at this.
What you got?
Look at this brook trout.
Holy cow.
Huh?
It's got purple on it.
It's got all the spots. Look at this. I'm just sitting there admiring him. I told you to come down to this hole.
I know,
Huh?
I know. Trying to
Man.
outfish you up there.
How'd you do up there?
Quite a few.
This is a fish of a lifetime. You know, that's what's great about coming to Glade Springs. I mean, we're talking 2.5 pound brook trout.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
easily.
you go to Labrador, Canada to catch fish like this, you know? I mean, it's just crazy. And I just been admiring him, and I'm so glad that you got to come here and share this with me. You moved to West Virginia. You know, you grew up in Virginia, and you had the good fortune of being able to move here and experience places like this.
I had no idea what all West Virginia had to offer, not only fly fishing wise, but hiking, mountain biking, camping. I mean, you name it,
Yeah,
we've got it.
yeah, hey, and big brook trout fishing,
It's just
Right.
icing on the cake.
and a little bit of turkey hunting.
Yeah.
Oh my! Well, if you hold this net Right there, I'm gonna release this big dude.
It's time for Trout Unlimited's Release of the Week.
You know, it seems like it's been a common theme lately when we tell people it's a 30-minute show and it's like, how do we do this next week? You know? I mean, how do we top this show?
Find another place in the state.
I guess so, you know. We're blessed.
Yeah.
Truly blessed. And to have the viewers out there to follow us and hang out with us and spend time, just don't get any better. So,
Come back next week for more Flat Road Chronicles.
I don't have the gas and I stick out my thumb. I've gotta get there one way or another. I'm a fishing bum.